Howdy, howdy. How goes it? God, I need to steal my headset back because this one is. How's the music in relation to the microphone? Because it's like super loud in my headset, but I'm watching my levels in OBS and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I also don't want to like scream thinking like the music is super loud. I guess I could just turn down my headset. It's good on your end? Alright. Yeah, because I don't want the music to be like overpowering, but Joe took my headset. Alright. So I hope you guys are doing well. I did not have a Watercolor Wednesday video prepped for this week. I had something printed out and I was gonna do another speed paint. And then some things came up and I just didn't have the time to put something together. So I figured I would just do a Watercolor Wednesday live this week. And yeah, we're gonna use the new palette setup. I showed this in my haul the other day, and not only that, but we are gonna work in. Actually, you know what? Hold up. Let me pause the music for a second, and we'll turn it back on when we actually start painting. So, I was actually debating whether or not I was gonna do a flip through of this book separately. I thought about recording it this morning because they're usually pretty quick, and as long as I don't screw up too much, don't require a whole lot of editing. But you know what? We'll kind of just do that. We'll do that now. So this is Kerby Rosanes' Kaleidomorphia. This is his newest book. This is a compilation book, which means it is you guys know what a compilation is. It's a book of some of Kerby's favorite and most popular images from his other books. If you've been with me since Twitch, you've probably seen me work in a couple of these books. The Kraken photo from I colored it in Kerby's other compilation book in Color Morphia. The Kraken, and then the I call it the Godzilla picture, the Gorilla City picture. I did in Color Morphia, but this is the newest book. And it is set up like Color Morphia. It has a curated selection of works, completed works from other colorists in the community at the beginning, which I love. I like seeing what other people do, and I think it's really cool that Kerby goes to the lengths to showcase those, in some of his books. So you can take a look at the pictures that he selected, and then he goes a little in depth and talks about why he picked that photo and about the artist and how they completed the work. And then these pictures are in the book in the coloring pages, so that you could attempt to recreate the work if you want, which is what I did with the City Godzilla picture. I used Sari Kani's image at the beginning of the book as kind of a, you know, an inspiration, and then kind of did my own thing with it. But yeah, it boggles my mind. um the reviews on Amazon for this book are, people are upset. I don't know how you miss in the description that it is a compilation book, that it is not new. But people are giving it like 1 and 2 star reviews on Amazon because it's not a new book. Granted, the same thing happened with Hannah Carlson's last book, even though I've been tracking that. I was tracking that book for a few months on Amazon, and very clearly on the front cover of the image of the book, it said X number of new drawings and X number of drawings from Hannah's work. It was right there, plain as day, that it was a compilation book, not new. But anyways, I like the compilation books because sometimes I color one copy of the image in the book and I screw it up, or I love the image so much, I'm happy with the picture, but then I want to try something else with it. So I'm okay with the fact that it's pictures that I already have, because I do have Kerby's other books, and he does have a new book coming out in the spring, which I need to pre-order. But it always just amazes me what people do with these blank images, and just seeing how they interpret the work and what they use and whatnot. So, but yeah, so this is the introduction. These are the images that were selected, and they are all, this is the cover image, the rainbow gorilla, which I think is really cool. This one apparently was done with acrylics. I have never attempted using acrylic paint in any of my books. I should, though. There's a few people that I've watched that's one of their go-tos is acrylic. For whatever reason, I just kind of seem to be drawn towards the watercolors. I thought this one was really cool. I don't know why, but this reminded me of shoot, what was it? It was a commercial. I want to say it was for, is it mobile that's mascot was like a Pegasus? There, I swear there was a gas company that's mascot was like a Pegasus. And I can't remember what it was, but for whatever reason, this reminds me of an old TV ad. And this was cool. I like this one too. I like the minimalist color palette on this one. Think so? All right, hold on. Let's, you know what? I'm going to have to, it's in there now, you guys. Gas company Pegasus logo. It was mobile. Yes. That's what that reminds me of. This one is cool too. Again, I like the limited color palette. See, I tend to avoid the pictures with a lot of like the little like doodle creatures in it because I don't know how to incorporate them into the piece. I know I've heard some people saying just color them the same as everything else. Like just pretend that they're not even there. And I don't know, but I like the way this was done. And that's the last like colored page in the book. So we'll just flip through this real quick, and I have no idea which book each picture is from. Um I think some of these are from the Worlds series books from Fragile Worlds. I know that these with the doodle style are from some of the older Morpheus, but this one over here I swear I have seen in one of it probably Fred or Worlds Within Worlds, not Fragile Worlds. That's I don't know though. There was just a couple in here that looked like they were from Worlds Within Worlds, but I'm probably mistaken. This would be fun. If I was gonna do this one, I would probably do the camel in the background in watercolor and then this in pencil. And then I was looking at this one too. I toyed with doing this today, but I'm honestly not feeling a double page spread right now. And then I thought about this one, but then I was like, if I'm gonna do this one, I probably would just do it in colored pencil. Although I could just do the whole wing in a watercolor wash and then do the detail over top with the colored pencil. Yeah, this one will probably get colored at some point. I didn't like a colorway didn't jump out at me when I was looking through the book this morning and trying to figure out what I wanted to work on today. So I like this one too. I started working on this in one of the other books with alcohol markers. This one just gives me anxiety. Definitely not. Like, this one would be a pencil. I think I would do this with pencil. I like this one too. It's weird though because I don't recall seeing this in any of the other books, but I know it's in there. Yeah, yeah, I have alcohol based markers. These though, unless I treat the page, they bleed through the page in pretty much all of my books. So I only use them in the single page books. If I'm gonna work with markers on like this, I would use the water-based markers because as long as the paper is a decent quality and I'm careful and don't oversaturate the paper, it won't bleed through. But yeah, it's just basically like the base of the not the binder, but just the base of the marker. The alcohol markers are nice because they dry really quickly. So you can get pretty good coverage pretty quickly on decent paper and they dry fast. So typically when I use either or with the markers, either the water base or the alcohol markers, I use it to do like an underpainting. So like on these bigger pictures, because it would take me forever to color this in colored pencil, and I get frustrated. I would use the marker because I could color over this quickly, and then I would use my colored pencils over top of the marker when it dries to do like my fine detail work and my shading and things like that. That's typically how I work with markers. It just allows me to cover larger areas pretty quickly and not want to abandon the page. This one is pretty cool. It reminds me of a video game. I thought about working in this one too. And then this is one of the ones that's at the beginning of the book that's colored in. And then I think I started working on this one with markers in one of the other books too. Possibly. Probably. I have so many whips. Like, I start them because I think I have a good idea, and then partway through I'm like, this is not coming out how I thought, and then I stop working on them and then come back to them like months later. This is another one that was at the beginning of the book. I thought about doing this one too, but like a color scheme didn't immediately like jump out at me. So, this is actually, I'm not gonna do a full flip of this, but this is the image that I've chosen to work on today. My plan is to do the majority of it in watercolor wash, and then once it's dry, go in with colored pencils and do the detail work. Originally, I thought about trying to do all of the giraffes in one or two colors, but then looking at it, I figured it will be easier to just do it as a wash and then use the colored pencils over the top of it. So yeah, so this is the one that we are going to work on today. Let me see if I can get actually let me prep this page here. See if this is actually going to fit in here. So it is not going to do what I want. My scrap sheet is not big enough. So, I'm gonna work at the top for right now. I'm just gonna put this behind the top. I could grab another piece of paper, but that's okay. So I'm just putting a sheet of paper behind the one I'm gonna work on, and then I'm gonna clamp it down to in case it bleeds through the other page. I'm usually pretty gentle with my water application in here, so, but just to be on the safe side. And then this should keep my page from buckling too much. This paper isn't watercolor paper, so it is going to move a little bit, but just put those there for right now. And let me, so, this is my multi-mixed set of, watercolor paints. There are like 3 different brands in here, and that's perfectly okay. So what I'm going to do first is, I'm just going to spray the whole pan, with some water, just to kind of get it started, and then the colors, that I am going to use, I will wet a little more. How is everything else going for me? It's going, just trying to get stuff done around the house and whatnot. How are things going for you? See if I can do this here. Hashtag mom life. It's not, well, I mean, it is some of that, but some of it is, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's like an endless stream of laundry in this house, it's just always something. So I'm trying to put my coffee in a place where I'm not actually, like, if I put it next to my paint water, I'll probably end up drinking my paint water, because that's already happened once. So, plan is, and see, like, alright, so I swatched my paints out. And I'm already looking at, one of these is probably gonna get swapped out the next time I have to add paint, because these are pretty similar in color and tone here, so. Work is okay, single life is complicated at the moment. Did you and Sam end things? We clearly have not talked in in great length. He ended it? I'm sorry. That's shitty. I'm sorry. You have to tell me about it? Okay. That sucks, man. His loss, that's right. Alright, I'm gonna unclamp this because I need to get in here and I want to see what this is doing. So, this paper in this particular book seems to be a bit thinner than in the other Kerby books. So I'm gonna have to be super careful about this. Okay, I'm actually going to take this backer paper out. I'm not putting a whole lot of water on here. I'm just curious if there's something. Hey, Cannoli, how are ya? How goes it? Okay, that music made me feel like I was in like a horror movie some sort, so she's been good so far. How's the morning off to you? It's going. I got a bunch of cleaning and stuff done. I managed to get, you know, the guinea pig pens cleaned up, and I started a little laundry downstairs, and then I was folding some laundry and a dishwasher going, so it hasn't been too bad. Alright, I'm not really sure I'm digging how this is. It's going. Just I have been behind on putting stuff together video wise. So I figured I have this new Kerby book. And why not just watercolor live today? I might switch brushes here in a minute. Yeah, this is gonna be... I might have to bust out the hairdryer for this one. Let's... Have I done any gaming lately? Honestly, not really. I just, you know, between DBD and all of the negative stuff, it just doesn't really make me want to doesn't really make me want to play it. And then you know, trying to get stuff done around the house, and YouTube takes a lot of work. Even just like, and I'm not really doing anything, well, I don't want to say I'm not doing anything extensive, but just, oh, Ghost? No, I haven't. I need to, though. I was actually thinking about it yesterday. So this book is not enjoying the water at all. But yeah, I'd like to get back into All right, this is definitely going to be a lot of layering going on here with this. Cuz this is not happy paper. What is this, like, movie soundtrack day? These all sound like songs from movies. Grabbing your popcorn? Yeah, I feel like I should also, like, grab a snack. This is some unhappy paper. I'm fairly certain I've watercolored in one of my other Kirby books. But this is just really not enjoying this process. 8 minutes before work. Should have taken off today. Is it too late? Okay, so I am going to... I'm gonna go ahead and color the giraffes. Actually, no, hold on. Got a couple more spots on here I need to... Unless you're dying. Oh, I got you. I'm just trying to make sure I got these small areas before or as much of the small areas as I can get before I move on to the giraffes, because this is definitely going to be a very careful layering process with this. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what these are down here. Are they clouds? Are they like the tops of trees? Because I mean, there's clouds here. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna go let Ellie out and let this dry for a minute. I'm gonna grab my my hair dryer. That way I can dry this in between layers. Okay, I'm back. So, I'm going to mute the microphone and let you guys enjoy the music, and I'm gonna hit this page with the hairdryer real quick, and then start working on my second layer of the watercolors here. Alright, let's see how this goes. This is not behaving. Hmm. Someone chose violence today? You or one of your callers? Card put a stop on their payment and they thought it was fraud and got mad at you? Oh no. Oops. Like that you personally had... I mean... I would rather have it, like... stop the suspicious payment than just be like, okay. See, I usually get text messages from USAA. Can you verify these purchases? Yes. Yes, AT&T. It was me. I did it. Cause see, you know what? If it had actually been fraud and it hadn't caught it, they'd be mad at you then. You guys are supposed to catch this stuff. Damned if you do and damned if you don't. Ugh. Alright. So let that layer dry. And back to the giraffes. Doesn't matter. The card had a limit. Like, because I know cards have, like, max limits, and then I know that you can set, like, an individual purchase limit, too. Because, I think when I had a fraud alert out on my credit, I had one of those on my card, and I had to call ahead of time, and say, hey, I'm about to make a purchase of more than the, that limit, and they had to, like, pre-approve it. She hung up. Oh my gosh. Oh well. You know? Maybe like maybe she should like be aware of the limit on her card, you know? And the terms and conditions of its use. Just spitballing. Alright, I'm gonna try something here. Alright, so let's... Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh. Or maybe it is. Maybe I just didn't have any on there. So I'm using this is Dollar Rowney Aquafine Watercolor ink in Chinese white. So what I am attempting to do, and you guys are not going to be able to see it, is because this paper is really not a fan of the watercolors, I am going to kind of try and use the watercolor ink to blend out some of these harsh edges. Because I feel like at this point, just going back in with more of the paint is not going to be good for this paper. So I'm kind of trying to make it look like some clouds and blend it out a little bit. So we'll see how this works. And I mean, it's kind of like soaking into the paper, which is fine, because then it just looks a little more like blended out.
Nightfall comes so soon, falling from so far. Everything you hide away
Thank you. Yeah, it's I didn't anticipate having this many issues with the watercolors on this paper, so I'm a little bummed about that. Looking good so far. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just kind of, you know, going back and forth over these areas where I don't like the, brush strokes and whatnot. All right, I'm gonna hit this with the hair dryer real quick, and then I think I'm gonna start doing some of the pencil work on the giraffes. So I'm gonna mute the mic. All right, I'm gonna pick some colors here. My extras. Hold on a second. Okay, so I haven't used my polychromos in a hot minute, so I think I am going to start with the polychromos, and for right now I have pulled I've got light yellow ochre, dark Naples ochre, and caput mortem. So I think I'm gonna start with that. And sharpen this real quick. Let's. I'm just gonna try this down here in this small area and see how it works out here, because I don't want to ruin my paint. Hey, Alexa, how are you? How goes it? Good to see you over here on the YouTube side. Can't complain. Just working on our giraffe. Yeah, I tried doing both. You know, Twitch and YouTube, and I hit a point where it was too much. And so I chose to shift my focus this way. For now, you know? I have started collecting watercolors. I have many watercolors, but today I am working with, this is my combo palette. Got a little bit of everything in here. That's actually what the base of this is. I actually have more watercolors coming. Let's see. But yeah, I have like 5 of the Prima watercolor sets, and I ended up combining those into one tin. And then I've been working with the tubes. So I have some Winsor and Newton. I can't even say Windsor. I can't even say it. Winsor and Newton. Daniel Smith and some Grumbacher. I actually prefer the tubes. Okay, so yeah, I like what the ink did to help me with some of the harsh edges on this in the background, so I'm happy with that. I might even go back in and add some more after at the end. Alright, get up here in some of these little... Hey Soup, how are you? Thank you. Yeah, I was a little apprehensive when we first started out. The paper in this book does not like water. And I was not anticipating that because I've used water mediums in some of my other Kerby books, but this one, it just did not enjoy the experience. How are you, Soup? Coffee, water, any day. I wonder what would happen if I tried to watercolor paint with coffee. Feeling kind of low energy today. Dreary outside and it doesn't help. Yeah, I feel you on that. It's been like that here too, and it definitely does nothing for my mood or my energy levels. And the fact that it's like dark until 7:30 in the morning definitely doesn't help either. Coffee color painting would be amazing and delicious. I don't know how the paints would react to that, is the thing. If I was gonna attempt an experiment like that, I would do it with some cheap paints. Because some of the paints that I'm using today definitely I'm definitely not going to do that with the paints that cost like $12 a tube. All right, BRB. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go grab another drink and also go to the bathroom. The cool interpretive animal ones are always your favorite. Yeah, I haven't worked in one of Kirby's books in quite a while. And this is his newest book. It's another compilation book. And I figured that would be twofold, because I could show off the new book at the beginning of the stream. And then, for whatever reason, this picture kind of spoke to me this morning, and so... And since I didn't have I've been trying to do a watercolor video that I release on every Wednesday, and I didn't have anything prepared to upload, so I figured I would just go live and work on something. They are, and I have a crap ton of them now, so... But I'm doing a little mixed media today. So the sky and the main color on the giraffes I did in watercolor as like an underpainting, and now I'm using colored pencils to do some of the detail work. I actually haven't used regular colored pencils in... What was the last thing I used? I can't remember. But it's been a minute. I should have found the jungle music playlist. That would have been... Different phases of what you would like to work with. Yeah, definitely. In okay, some of it too is, I don't know. I feel like I accomplish more when I'm working with the paints because it's not taking me as long to finish. I tend to, like, when I'm working with just colored pencils, for one, especially in these books, after a while it hurts my hands. And then I, like, because it takes so long, I get, like, distracted and end up, like, not finishing half of the pages I start. So, like, working with the paints and whatnot, completion feels more attainable. Are you streaming today? Hoping to start earlier than usual, but that's not happening now. Yeah, I feel ya. Are you doing DBD or are you doing Far Cry or are you gonna split stream again? Like to start with DBD and see how it goes. Yeah, that's fair. I get that. Cause I guess now that seems like everybody's moved on from being angry about NFTs to being angry about Dead Hard. It just makes me laugh. God, this music sounds like super loud to me. Some days the games are great, chat is into it, and it goes by fast, and other days it's just a pain, but at least they can switch if need be. Yeah. Yep. That is, a good thing to be able to do. Because there's legitimately no sense, like, gutting it out through the, they'll hate Dead Hard. I mean, to be fair, what they should have done is if it rejects the hit because the survivor Dead Hards, they shouldn't scream and spurt blood. And it's like they're so conditioned that when they see that, they're like, "Oh, well, I missed out on a hit, but it didn't down them." I'm like, "Well, then you didn't miss out on a hit." It looks like it because they should have taken the other animations out. But it's like if it's working like it's supposed to, you didn't miss a hit. It just the perk actually worked. Isn't it exactly the same as when survivors are dead hard and still be downed and exhausted? You mean in terms of like what they changed, or are you talking about like survivors complaining about it? like it looking like you shouldn't have taken the hit, but you take the hit and end up on the ground. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same. It's just about like it's about the like what each person sees on their screen. But yeah, you're right. When you're like, oh well, my dead hard, I hit the button, my dead hard should have worked, and here I am, laying on the ground. They get the hit, but they don't actually get it. Yeah, it looks like they got the hit because the survivor makes the animation of taking a hit, but they're just not credited with it because technically they actually didn't get the hit. Okay, no, why are we, like, why? No Christmas music. What is this? Just a different perspective? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I don't know. I can't deal with listening to the DBD community, like, complain. It's just, like, seriously, it's a game, guys. It's only game. Why you have to be made? I like the Far Cry streams, though. Yeah, it's fun. It's neat watching you do something different. Have you thought about, I mean, I know it would be like backwards, but when you get through this one, Have you thought about going back and doing 5 on stream? She did 5 a while back, so I doubt he'd do it again on stream unless there's... Ah, I gotcha. Did you stream it, or did you just... Was it just you playing it on your own, like, off stream? That must have been before I started, coming to the stream. Because I feel like I'd remember that. Do that after Far Cry 6? Gotcha. Sounds like a plan. Gotcha. Yeah, I streamed it when it first came out. That was back when I did Variety. Yeah, I mean, Joe helped me with, quite a bit of it, but yeah, I streamed it when it first came out. I wish I still had the clip of when I got the car stuck on the patio chair, the lawn chair. I had totally wrecked Herc's dad's property. Lol. Can't drive vehicles well in any Far Cry game. I just like any game that requires driving vehicles. I'm horrible at. I used to just make other people drive the car in Friday the 13th. I wouldn't drive it. It was bad. Something about driving games that aren't like actually, yeah. I mean, I might be okay if I had a wheel, you know, but and then they want you to like shoot while you're driving or drive in reverse, and it's like, come on now. What do I look like? A pro gamer? I actually, shoot, what were we playing? I was playing one of the Ghost Recon games with Joe and, a friend of mine, and, Joe was, like, out in the middle of, a field, and he got down and wanted me to come res him, and I was driving in a car with my friend, and I ended up just, like, completely, accidentally diving out of the car and, leaving my friend in the car, and, like, he didn't even realize what had happened at first, and I still couldn't get to Joe, but then, my friend was like, what, why is... I just completely abandoned him. It was an accident, too. I hit the wrong button, and next thing I know, I'm freaking barrel rolling out of the, the car. Maeve drove over a bridge and into a lake yesterday. The dog was sitting in the passenger seat, and you got distracted. Oh, Boom Boom was in the passenger seat with you? It's all the dog's fault, huh? He sits right beside you. Do the what do the other animals do? Like, does the rooster ride with you in the vehicles, or does he? Being nice while you work. I mean, we're trying. You know, we're chilling. Talking about Far Cry 6 and how Soup drove himself and the poor dog off a bridge and into a lake. And then blamed it on the dog. Guapo won't sit nicely. I mean, I feel like that's, you know, he'd have a hard time sitting in, you know, in the seat of a car, man. The way he's built, he's just not designed for that, you know? All right, I'm satisfied with this giraffe for right now, and I'll go in later and do some of the more detailed work when I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. I guess. Can you reach over and pet the dog while he's sitting in the seat? In the car? That would actually be pretty cool. Sorry, I'm just checking my email to see if Key is still ghosting me. Oh wait, hold on. Oh. So apparently I have to go pick the Kia up. Which, guess I will do here in a little while. What did I do? Okay, so hold up. Hold up. Let's pause this. Actually, I think I'm gonna go take care of I'm gonna go take care of this in a little bit. So you know, I told you, like, I haven't heard from them since the beginning of September. And well, yeah, I haven't heard from them since the beginning of September. And it was basically like, give us time to process your claim. And at that point, the vehicle was not repaired and did not look like it was going to be repaired anytime soon. And so that was why I took the buyout option. And I had contemplated taking the other option. And in taking the good faith payment, because I anticipated that the buyback would be complete before before the vehicle was fixed. And so they basically told me, just, you know, cool your jets. And then I didn't hear anything else from them. And then I hear from the dealership that it's repaired and ready to be picked up. And I reminded them that the vehicle was in the process of being repurchased. And so they're like, "Oh, okay. You know, we'll wait to hear what's you know, it can sit here, I guess." Well, I emailed Kia back finally this morning, and they basically told me that that is a completely separate, having the vehicle repurchased is a completely separate process, and that the vehicle is mine until that's complete. And that, I guess, this is funny, they're currently experiencing a high volume of repurchases, in that it is taking 60 to 90 days to complete the process. But until then, the vehicle is mine, and I retain ownership of the vehicle. And to please go and get the vehicle from the dealership. And I don't know what to say about that. So I am going to wrap this up and take a little walk and go pick up what is apparently still my Kia. High volume of BS. If I would have known that this was going to happen, that it was actually going to be repaired, I would have taken the other option. So, I mean, it's telling. A high volume of repurchases. That definitely does not instill my faith in this company. So now I have to figure out, where am I gonna put this thing? Because I don't want to, like, I don't want to drive it. Because then I keep putting miles on it, and then, you know, also, what if I drive it and it freaking breaks again? I'm thinking what I'm gonna end up having to do is swap vehicles around, because now, like, now I'm gonna have, like, 4 vehicles in my possession. I'm honestly thinking I'm just gonna have to move the Fusion out of the garage and just put it in there so it's, like, out of the elements, and yeah, that's, because I don't want to put any additional miles on it, because then they'll come back at, you know, at the end, and do what they do. Like, granted, I'm not actually worried about miles on it, because obviously, like, it had just over 1,000 miles on it when it broke. My mileage limit on my lease is 10,000 miles a year. So, honestly, part of me wants to drive the crap out of it before I turn it in. Because then I'm not putting... I mean, it's mine. They're telling me it's mine until they buy it back. And it's less miles on the, less miles on the Mazda. So, with that being said, I am going to bookend the stream here and go pick up the car I have not seen in months. And then probably enjoy a glass of wine while I contemplate my life choices. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really want to finish this. So, depending on what comes up tomorrow, I might just do another live stream and work on this tomorrow. It feels attainable to me at this point. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But on that note, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. And maybe there it goes. If you are not already, please consider dropping this video a like, a sub, maybe hit the bell so you know when I go live or when I update, post another video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.